Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm on 25th, North 25th Street in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Right there was where Jeffrey Dahmer used to live. Jeffrey Dahmer, serial killer in the Milwaukee area, lured people back to his apartment in the 90s. There used to be an apartment complex right there called the Oxford Apartments. It was actually torn down in 1992. Jeffrey Dahmer used to live in an apartment here, apartment 213. I'm going to spin the camera around. Right there. Jeffrey Dahmer used to live right there. There's apartments next door. But it's empty now. Grass grown over, fenced. Jeffrey Dahmer's neighborhood right here. I don't support Jeffrey Dahmer in any way. This is for documentation purposes. I believe that Jeffrey Dahmer is guilty as can be. Another individual in jail, in prison, took him out. And you know what I mean by took him out. But yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer used to live right here. Used to be an apartment complex here called the Oxford Apartments. It was torn down. It was torn down, I believe, in November 1992. Looks like the apartments right there next door, some could be subsidized housing. Might not be, might be just regular apartments. So where Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment is, there's a bunch of toys laid out. Remember this guy? Remember him?
Who is it?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, yeah.
He used to live right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to that apartment? They tore it down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why? Because of that, or just they just did it? Oh, they did? All right. Thank you. All right, so it used to be right there. She remembers him. Jeffrey Dahmer. Apartment complex used to be right here. Used to be right here. Jeffrey Dahmer. Stood right here. We say no to serial killers. We say no to mass shooters. We say no to the evil that exists in this world. We say no to all that. There are serial killers and killers within your neighborhoods. Please stay vigilant. Don't ever go to bars or places and get lured back to someone's home, to a stranger you just met, because you don't know who it could be. And that's kind of what his tactic was, to meet people at the local bar and then lure them home. And then he was involved with some really sick stuff like cannibalism and just evil, pure evil. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It looks like it's a little bit west of downtown. The buildings are that way. 25th Street. 25th Street. So there was an individual in prison named Scarver who actually got his hands on Dahmer and took him out. Jeffrey Dahmer is no longer in existence. Taxpayers would say that's a good thing. Not sure at the time if Wisconsin had the death penalty. Dahmer ultimately got life in prison. I believe he did 12 people. I believe 12 people. Probably the most notorious serial killer in Wisconsin history. The most notorious serial killer. So, we say no to evil. We say no to bad things that happen in the world. I'm in a pretty bad neighborhood. There's a lot of people walking around here that we're the suspect for. Now, apparently, like, one of the people escaped from Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment and ran out to the streets, and then authorities, police, I believe, took him back to the home. I don't really know much of the details, right? But anyone can just Google and get the most accurate details dealing with this case. Right there. Actually, I went across the street here. I don't know what this is. Looks like some sort of. So over here, this apartment complex right next door to his is called Cannon Court. Cannon Court. Cannon Court, right there. Now renting residential 2-bedrooms. These are up on a hill. Up on a hill here. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. I cover true crime throughout the country. I share locations of where bad actors are at. We say no to all violence, always supporting the victims. But the public needs to be aware about these type of things that go on and what exists around the country. This is Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Jeffrey Dahmer. I would probably most likely say that Jeffrey Dahmer is in a bad place right now for what he did. I do think evil was inside him, possibly mental illness too, for sure. And then there's another empty lot here. I don't know. All right. So, I am here. This case is old. It's not new. A lot of younger generation wasn't alive when this happened with Jeffrey Dahmer. Early 90s. Early 1990s. I think Milwaukee police probably changed policy and procedure because of the Jeffrey Dahmer case. So hopefully they can prevent other people from being victimized. This case kind of reminds me of the Castro case out of Cleveland. Remember Castro? He took some females and then held them hostage inside his house. That kind of reminds me of that case a little bit. So Milwaukee, Wisconsin, don't really feel safe around here at all. So I'm going to bounce. Stay safe, everyone. Stay vigilant at all times. And, if you see something, definitely say something. Because this is the guy on the bike there was just mean mugging me. Probably what is this guy doing? Might think I'm a cop, but I got a press shirt. So, and I'm reporting. This is for journalistic purposes. Reporting. Be safe. God bless.